You say what
in the butt.
You say what
in the butt.
You wanna do it in my butt? In my butt.
You wanna do it in my butt? In my what?
You wanna do it in my what? In my what? Let's do it in the butt. Okay.
We're started. We just started.
Oh.
That's it. We started.
We started now?
Yeah, we started now.
Oh my
We
God.
started now.
Now.
See, this is the prank show. This is a prank show. The prank show.
Should I start
It's
reading
called.
into the hair?
It's you're on a prank show called
Too much
the
tuna.
Unspecial. The Unspecial Filmtalk. And this week we're pranking you with House.
Oh, House, yes.
House.
From
The two are pranked.
1975.
It is our friend Love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, right. No, we're supposed to do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, after.
Did you see the one we did with Matilda?
No, I
We
haven't
made-
seen
we-
any of it. I haven't gotten the link.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's keep it that way.
Gracias.
Yes.
You don't need to watch it. It's okay. But for real. So this is Luba. He's our friend. He goes in the same class as us.
Am I really good friend?
No, you're just this weird kid.
It's
that
a
we're
stretch.
pranking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Totti sat down with us and he said, "Okay, so Luva's in a tough place. He wants to kill himself. Can you please?
Damn, you turned it dark immediately.
Can you please make him like a part of your friends group?
I didn't know about that.
Just so he feels involved, you know."
I mean, suicide thoughts are one thing, but he has a crippling depression.
Yeah. That's mostly it. And he's an alcoholic.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not even a joke.
No, that's not a joke, actually.
Yeah.
But
That's
only
a
makes
fun
you a better
story.
writer.
Yeah, don't listen to him, kids.
Listen.
Tip from Uncle Love. And yes, Love is spelled Love.
Yes, like love. Don't fucking laugh about it.
So Love is gonna present the movie.
The movie?
Yeah.
That is House,
House.
from 1977. Yeah, it's directed by Nobuhiko.
Come on. You can do
Nobuhiko
this.
Obayashi. And the original story is by Shigumi Obayashi, and the screenplay by Shihu Katsura. Shihu Katsura, yes, that's the one. And it stars Kimiko Ikegami as Gorgeous, that's the main part. Miki Jimbo as Kung Fu. Come on, these are hard names.
Come on, go on. You're doing fine.
Kumiko Oba as Fantasy.
I like how you just like dive deep into fantasy and not
They put the accent on fantasy of all words.
Yes, of course.
That's an English word, bro.
No, but it's Ai Matsubara as Prof, Mieko Sato as Mac, Eriko Tanaka as Melody, Masayo Miyako as Sweet.
Sweet.
It has a 7.4 on IMDb, but nobody should care about that. 90% Rotten Tomatoes, that's what you should care about. 80% audience score from Place.
Rotten Tomato.
And the story is, Angel, together with 6 of her classmates, traveled to her ailing aunt's country home, where they come face to face with a house full of evil spirits, a weird witch cat, and a human eating piano. Not a human eating a piano, but like a piano that eats humans. Yeah. And that's the story about House. It's from Japan, by the way, if you didn't get it.
Yeah, it's a Japanese. Yeah, that's the thing. What genre is that movie?
Ghost story.
Horror.
Haunted house.
Something.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Haunted house. No.
Is it a comedy? Is it trying to be a comedy?
surrealistic
You know what
haunted house horror movie with comedic elements in it.
Stylistic horror? No?
It was
Japanese anime?
Japanese modern cinema.
Live action anime?
well,
Art
no,
cinema.
art cinema.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an like, you know, when they talk about, oh, this director, his most experimental movie. Yeah, bro. that was his debut film.
Dude,
as
the
well.
editor though.
Yeah, that's
That dude went places, right?
I don't know.
Did he?
Dude, the editing was like all over the place.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you think? What's your observation?
On the editing?
Love.
Well, it's pretty good for the movie. But if he was editing like an Ingmar Bergman film the same way, I don't think it would have been good.
we're really confused.
Well, let's
about
ask
the film.
Sylvia about that.
That's one of the things. Like this film,
Really, yeah.
yeah, it's really confusing.
It fucks with your brain.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think we can like put words on what we think about was the editing good?
We don't know.
Was it?
I mean, as soon as you got into it, I think the editing was like doable. I thought it was okay.
But okay, so to give it some like context, like why is it confusing? Like why is the movie confusing, or which elements? What makes this movie so weird, but also like appreciated as fuck?
It's the way of like how the characters act. First off, the names. Their names are just like titles of what they're good at, or like their personalities in one word.
Yeah.
Like Kung Fu, Professor, like Prof, Mac,
Yeah.
you know? Which we thought were like McDonald's.
Or mac and cheese.
Yeah, but it was...
Yeah, we were like, yeah, Mac is like for McDonald's or Mac.
No,
Big Mac.
but it was for stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stomach. Which was just like...
Which is dumb.
I think
it was a far stretch.
That was the comedy in the movie.
Yeah.
That was the comedy part. But what, like, you know, I need to like put it in some kind of words. Like, why was it weird? You know, because like it was pretty obvious.
I mean, it changed genres like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It started out like something from a horror film when they like went through the shooting,
True.
and then it came into like a teenage movie, like coming of age movie, and then the music like.
The music is weird as well.
Yeah, it was like 2 music tracks overlapped.
Yeah.
When they walked down a hallway in school, and then it became like a romantic movie.
And then Kung Fu came in and it was like...
But also the music.
And then it became a 60s psychedelic movie when they were on the train.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When they were looking at the flashback.
Yeah!
Not just talking about it, they were actually looking at the flashback with the audience.
Okay,
It was
so...
like, what?
So this movie, like... Out of the gate, like not knowing anything about the film and seeing it, in the start you're like, okay, this is gonna be like a shitty movie. It's really bad. Like the director don't know shit about what they're doing. Like it's just weird, you know.
Yeah.
That nothing makes sense. You're laughing about how weird it is. Not in a The Room type of way. It's more like you're actually enjoying it in a weird way.
You could clearly see that he put a lot of effort into the movie. Like
or not. Or not.
No, I think he put a lot of effort into the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked very professional, unlike The Room.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, you could see something coherent about it. In a way.
Do you think they ever did one single reshoot of The Room? No.
No.
In this movie,
Like
probably.
several takes, you mean? Or reshoots?
No, like reshoots.
No, I don't think so.
But in this movie, I felt like maybe they could have, you know. I would have been fooled. But in The Room, it's like, they did everything on one day.
But it feels so random that it's weird that, you know...
But it's like so random that it does like a 180 and becomes
Yeah.
coherent.
Exactly.
It's randomness.
By the
It's
end of
so
the movie.
over the top that it becomes not over the top anymore. It's
Okay.
like just normal. That's why in the end you're like, oh, it turned into a stack of bananas.
You're like, and in some way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't.
But that's
I guess
and like there's a bear back in the noodle stand.
Dude, that transition was dope. That was the best.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. Like the guy coming in from the right side, and then they went to the noodle shop.
Yeah.
That was like super weird. But like the movie is like awfully confusing. But just the thought of the director knowing, like beforehand, that we're gonna take this shot and it's gonna be exactly like that, and then we're gonna cut like one frame of each thing, and we're gonna like make their parts float in the like. If he had planned all of that, in like before shooting, I'm like, what? Like, that would be really cool. Because it feels like, okay, we're gonna shoot this, and we're gonna shoot this, and we're gonna shoot that, and we're gonna make them do like these weird stuff, and then we're gonna like figure it out.
Do you think that he planned out every editing thing that he did? For example, like the screen in the beginning was a square, and when the square matched the frame in the background, they merged into one. Do you think like he planned all of those things, or was it just having an editor coming up with these ideas and said like, yes, put that in?
Okay, make this weird.
Exactly. Do you think he just said make it weird with some editing stuff, or just he had planned out how the editing would semi-be?
I think he said make it cool, if anything.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
How should I say this?
What are you thinking about?
Try out new
I mean,
things.
Yeah, try out new things.
Experiment with it. Yeah.
The he came from doing commercials, so the movie feels like a bunch of commercials stitched together with a coherent story.
You know, they feel like these really bad, funny commercials.
Yeah.
From like the 70s and 60s, where you're like, okay, this is just weird.
I mean, the biggest sequence that looked like a commercial was when he tripped over a cat and then fell into a bucket.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like went around town in a bucket.
And they just went stop motion on him, just
Yeah.
flowing around on the
Like
floor.
missing the car and stuff. Yeah, that.
Spinning on a bucket. So
That's good. That's
But
great.
how would you think that? Okay, so because ads today is something completely different from that,
yes.
right?
Well, not really. Japan is like famous for weird commercials still.
Yeah.
They had some commercial like 10 years ago or something where it was just a guy eating a piece of gum, and then all of a sudden a giant cat just like picked him up and just traveled with him and stuff. You know. Yeah, you know the typical stuff.
Just a normal.
The Obayashi stuff.
I guess maybe it was. I don't know.
I mean, the 90s was a weird time. And
Yeah.
they became even weirder in the noughties.
The early 2000s was pretty weird. Yeah, we don't really talk about that.
It was weird in Sweden as well. You had like this
Like the
beer
cats?
commercial with Robert Gustafsson. Like, oh, you should
Beer
drink.
commercial.
Yeah, you should drink this beer, and he didn't say it. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you how to make beer at home," and he like poured like ethanol into a sock. I was like, "Yeah." Yeah.
What?
I mean, they were weird. We had the Locum commercial. It was just in the papers, of course.
I've actually done some work for that company
Yeah, Locum.
at their commercial department.
Yeah, it's
What?
like
Yeah.
There was like, oh, how can we make this more inviting? Oh, we make the O into a heart, and then we do not a capital L, but like a small L. So it's
So it looked like
I love cum.
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
It did.
yeah.
and I've been working for, like, I did a summer job, like 2 weeks when I was 16, you know, getting a job from the government, you know, so like, get some experience before you grow old.
So
And I got to that department, and I was talking to the person I think was responsible for that ad, and she was like, yeah, it was not a good thing. Or she was at least working on it. She was there when they did it, you know.
He was like went on the interview. So we only have one question for you, Victor. Do you love cum? Wait, what? Yeah, you got the job.
It's like a small question, but just like, I mean, it's like a safety hazard thing, you know.
Do you love? Okay, you got the job.
I mean, I have some hired.
Wait, so okay, I'm not. So you do
Like
love?
No, I
Nova?
have some. What?
what?
So Obayashi.
Yes.
So Hausu.
Hausu.
Like it's totally like
It's just all over the place.
I don't know how to compare it to any other film. You know, it's weird to put it somewhere. I have no idea what to say just because it's that fucking weird.
But it's a horror movie. But since it's so wacky and weird, it doesn't feel like a horror movie.
No.
I mean, except for the blood and stuff, it's not as scary.
But that wasn't scary as well.
No, but some might think it's weird.
I
But
mean,
then
some parts of it was a bit
trippy.
Not scary, but like
Weird.
etched in your brain. Not weird. I mean, like I had this picture of when it was like this floating head. In the end, it was I think it was what's the Mac.
Mac.
When her floating head was like floating over like pictures of other people's heads that was like painted.
No,
in the
you're thinking
background.
about Kung Fu.
Was it Kung Fu?
Kung Fu when she
Because
died.
it was all the girls' heads and bodies that was in the.
But that was pretty cool.
Mac's head was in the background, but it was Kung Fu that died at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, you could see the difference between their heads?
Well, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that was trippy, and I had a like mental picture before I went to bed.
Oh, you had it still with you?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. You mean the drawings of all the heads in the background? I thought it was cool.
That like looked straight at you, like on the screen.
But that felt like it was coming from Vertigo. You know?
Do you think so?
Yeah, there is a picture in Vertigo where it's his head, right? And then there is like spinning in the background, like orange spinning. But they weren't like other
I
people.
don't remember that.
No, you know, it's the word trick party in Virgo.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He's talking about.
think I remember the word.
I mean,
I remember the trip part, but not the actual head spinning.
I felt like that was inspired directly from it.
yeah, inspired and is taken to like the next level.
Yeah, exactly. With
Totally.
having
Okay.
people's heads in the background.
Just floating.
So, did you have any weird dreams last night?
No, it's the usual.
Because when we talked to Matilda, and this is weird because we didn't see like, I guess it's a horror film, Doctor Strange.
Oh.
No, not
Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep and The Shining.
Yeah.
And when we talked like the next day, we had seen the movies and we had the podcast, and she was like, "Yeah, so I had a nightmare."
Oh yeah.
She had the fucking nightmare from The Shining.
And she's seen it 4 times prior.
Yeah, so it wasn't even her first time. And she had a nightmare where her father ran like after her and her mother into the
Oh
forest
yeah,
or
she
something
mentioned
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Like, dude, damn, you can't handle your scary movies for shit.
Yeah. But this wasn't like that.
No.
I think was the more scary thing was that what you explained, the trippy parts,
Yeah.
where like you think that you're just getting messed up in the brain, being like, "Ooh, what the fuck is going on right now?" And then seeing some scary things here and there placed out. For example, the cat face. The cat face I thought was pretty scary, but at the same time cool. So it killed out the scary part and became cool. You know?
Which cat face?
Well, when it
We
was
saw
on
the
the
cat.
wall, just puking blood.
Oh yeah, that was. But did the cat die or not?
No, it
No.
didn't die.
It didn't die.
No.
The cat was the first lady who died there. So the cat was just like her ghost taking the form of a cat.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes, because the cat is not actually real.
We're like, yes.
So the cat can just run around, as I understood it. Because
Is
the
it
cat
like-
comes home to Angel where she lives normally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's the same cat that they bring on. That's why it was on the train. Because the cat got home again.
So if I understand this right, so everything that is haunted in the house or whatever is like has the spirit of one of the people that died in the house, no? In
I
the
don't know,
house.
or maybe like just controlled by
So
the old lady.
So the piano is like one person who died.
Maybe?
I think so, because as they said, like, oh, the girls still have some sort of will after they died, and they still have a consciousness.
Yeah, they are in
They're
this
dead.
space with
So
like
they're
all the
not
drawings in the background.
Yeah, they're not really dead.
That's why she says Angel. She becomes a big face in the one of the last scenes, and she said like, "I'm in the world of my stepmother," or like my mother or aunt.
Yeah, but that's why they like put the stepmother, like they torched her. Like why would the old
Yeah,
lady
yeah.
want to torch the stepmother?
Why did the stepmother go there?
Because she was gonna connect with Angel.
Oh,
Because
yes.
it's a new stepmom.
I hate you, man. Dad, I hate you.
I hate my dad now.
He disappointed us.
Dad, I want old mom. Why we can't? I want.
But the thing, like, so her grandma died? No, her auntie? She was dead,
Yeah.
Yes.
but she was in her own body.
I think so. I think that's yeah. Because I think
I
I think the cat is like has always been there in the house,
Okay.
and I think the aunt just. I think the cat took over.
Okay, so
the aunt
Oh,
Hmm.
in some way.
the cat took over the aunt.
Yeah. and then it like killed all the girls in the village because she said there's no young girls left in the village anymore.
It's only the fat guy with the watermelons.
Yeah.
He's the closest to a girl we have.
Oh, you don't like watermelons? No, I don't like watermelons. Would you like banana? Oh, that's a great scene.
But okay, so it doesn't need to make sense. We're trying to make sense out of it, but it doesn't need to.
There's some sense to it. It's just that the way it's performed and played out doesn't make any sense.
Why?
But on a bigger scale, it makes sense.
You know why?
Because they take everything. I mean, they take just the simple story and then they visualize it over like 1,000 times more than it actually needs to be visualized.
But
exactly.
it isn't because for me, like, we heard that it was based on
fairy tales.
Yeah, like, no, nightmares. You know what? Like his daughter.
Yeah.
Director's daughter. He was.
All the kills was based on nightmares.
Yeah. So for me
and
at
also,
least,
also
I feel
scary
like
scary magazines.
Scary magazines.
Like an inspiration.
Like the frames for all the kills.
Yeah, like when you flicker through an old scary magazine.
Oh yeah.
All these scary things just like pop.
And that's why you get those fast cuts.
Exactly, with just weird stuff. Like her head flowing around, and then like a drawing of like a evil cat, and then just I don't know.
Boobs.
Yeah, tons of boobs.
Yeah, but it was super scary.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's scary. Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
But in a way, it also feels like that just the world of this movie is a dream.
Yeah. It really is.
Right?
It's like, it's sort of coherent, but not really coherent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just like dreams.
Yeah, things just happen.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, this makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get here?
Yeah, they just like...
We just got here from the... No.
Like
think about it.
When they were going
really
on the train,
think about it.
And then it like
How
became
did
a
we...
bus.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
When they were traveling by train,
that's
right.
right.
And then the train disappears, and it's just like a painting of the world outside, and then they arrive in a bus.
Well, I thought of it just like they changed from a train to a bus at some point off screen.
I didn't even think about that.
But they were talking all the way, and then they just jumped off the bus.
I didn't think about it.
But I thought the drawing of the train was
and
like
then there was
their...
a hillside painting when they jumped off, and then there was the exact same hillside behind them, but in real life.
Oh, nice backdrop. No, no.
And then
I just painted it.
So great.
It's
Small details.
it's like when they have, you know, how do you say icke-diegetisk?
Non-diegetic.
Non-diegetic sound, like music.
When the sound
that
is not in scene.
Diegetic, you know, and it's like that, but in a weirder way. Because you're like,
diegetic, like pictures.
Yeah.
Images.
You know, you have like, oh, this is the sky, but no, it's not.
Well, they like filmed the sky, and it wasn't the real sky.
Why? And one time they used like a blue screen for the sky, and you saw it like they zoomed into like the side of the roof. Like there was a zoom into the sky as well.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what's going on? So yeah, so yeah,
it's a weird movie.
We've never had any silence on this podcast, just so you know. It's because of you, Luva. I'm sorry. I'll need you to leave now.
I mean, went 20 episodes strong, and now this, you know.
You just ruined it.
Or was it the movie?
Nah, the movie was
the
okay.
movie was
just,
okay. Yeah,
like,
I think it's you.
Okay. Well,
It's
I think
just-
it's you guys that's like starting to run out of things to say.
how fucking dare you?
It
That became really...
it's hard.
Okay, it's really hard.
It's hard.
Oh.
No, okay, what do you think about the names? Like the way of naming the characters?
Oh, we have actually something interesting to say about that.
I said something to Love when we went from
I have something.
when we went from the movie theater. So like all of their names are obviously connected to their personalities or something they are good at. You know, kung fu and Professor and Angel, because she was like the angelic one in some way. I don't know.
The beautiful one?
I guess.
No?
Yeah, sure. Gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah. But fantasy. This was the
Fanta!
Fanta!
she was called Fanta, right?
Yeah.
And she died on a sea of blood. Fantasy.
My God.
I'm sorry. Okay, you stay. I'll need you to...
Well, it was 20 episodes, so thank you for having me.
I like
one of the hosts. Bye.
Never seen again. Yeah, so we dropped off school.
I wouldn't be like, whoa, like I wouldn't be surprised if like the
if I jumped off school.
No. if the director was like, yeah, that's why she died on water. Because Fanta.
But the thing is, she didn't die in the water.
No.
She died in the arms of mother?
By the sea.
By the sea.
Fanta by the sea.
Or if she died Fanta on the sea. What?
It doesn't count. Fanta sea.
Ruined.
So what
comes up a thought bubble. Ruined. Oh shit.
I felt like her thing. Her thing.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
That you only got to see like at the end of the movie. Like,
what
you
were
get to
her
see,
thing?
She
You know?
dreamed. She had a vivid fantasy.
When?
Like when she was like, oh, the teacher will come. Oh, the teacher?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he became a knight.
Yeah, and then he died. He didn't even help them.
What?
Or did he die?
No, he
He became bananas. Dude, I want to become bananas when I die.
Yeah.
Bunch of bananas, and they were actually like good bananas. They weren't like green bananas. They were like
great bananas with a hat.
Did he
They
have
had
a hat before?
Yeah, he had a hat.
He had the hat.
Yeah.
And glasses. Yeah, there were glasses.
Did he have glasses?
I think they had glasses.
They had glasses?
I mean, the Banana Mountain had glasses. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure of that. And a star.
People that haven't like seen this movie is like listening to this and like, bananas? Hat?
Go see the
bear.
goddamn movie. Dude.
Noodles?
Okay, so, as you said, the movie was weird in the beginning
But
because
also-
it's weird to get into. But I really liked the movie in the end, you know, with the editing stuff. Because you got used to it.
Yeah.
And it became the formula. So, for
It became
example,
normal.
yeah, with the scene when Kung Fu dies, when she dies, she has Kung Fu skills. She's like OP as fuck, you know, she can just like, you know, beat up everyone.
Fly around.
But she dies to a lamp that like grabs her head and just kills her.
No,
Like, what?
it's eat her.
And then
it's eat
her
half. Like,
her
Yeah,
upper,
it ate her head.
her
her
lower
body.
Yeah,
body.
she was dead and still fighting. She was like, dude, she went out with a fight.
Her
What
legs
the
just
hell?
flew out of the lamp, like.
And did a karate kick, yeah.
Yeah. Kicked
She was
the
like,
cat. That started bleeding.
Wait, did anyone survive? Nobody survived.
Nobody survived. No, everyone survived. That's the thing about it. Everyone survives in the house, like spirits. I think. Because they're like, love is
Yeah,
eternal or something.
they're still alive.
Yeah, what the hell? It became very poetic.
very deep in the end.
Yeah.
What? You're like, okay, so
Love's a promise.
promise, and it's eternal, and it's like good and stuff, you know. If I talk in this voice, everything is deep.
Yes.
Everything becomes true.
So, do you guys feel like you can get something out of this movie?
Dude, I have said this on like the last 6 episodes or something, but
So
I got inspired because I want to try out and do, you know, trippy scenes. We have a green screen at school. I just want to, you know, take a session like 6 hours or 5 hours or something, grab a couple of boys or pals or something, and just film random stuff, and then just like make trippy scenes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Yeah.
You knew.
We knew already.
You
talked
just
about
you
it.
just tell us, bro.
We think we know you. We think we know you.
Okay, stop. We can get copyright strike.
Oh shit.
Let's
Let's keep going.
We're not making money out of this. So
I mean, if
it
they were a
doesn't-
copy strikers, that would be cool.
like, hey man, don't do that. Okay.
Amen.
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 But did you actually feel
I got a bit high watching it.
Yeah, I got.
Hi.
It felt like I
mean,
got.
It felt like a drunk at least. I got very like.
Lightheaded?
My head spun around afterwards. And this is my second time watching it as well.
Only the second time. I thought this was like one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, it is, but I hadn't had it in my possession for like over a year.
When did you buy it?
I bought it like 3 weeks ago. I watched it in Australia.
Where did you buy it? Did you buy it in Stockholm or?
This shop. This shop, guys. Buy it.
It was one of the movies you ordered.
Yes.
In that big order of.
In the big order of movies.
The order of movies.
The order.
The order of movies. How many movies do you have now?
I have 378.
Damn.
That's not much.
That's more than 307.
I have 20 movies.
Have I more than you?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I have a lot.
I have like 30 something.
I have Masterminds. That's a shit show for another day.
Mastermind.
Yeah, it's a horrible comedy.
It's a movie or a series?
It's
Masterminds.
a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah,
What's
you
it about?
haven't even heard about it.
No.
I think it's Owen Wilson and Zach Galifianakis.
Did you say Orson Welles?
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson.
What?
You know that?
Who's that?
Wow.
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 Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Dude, I just bought a new car.
Me.
Wow.
Who's that?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Who's that?
He's like in every Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
He started out with Wes Anderson.
I know,
Yeah.
Baldur Rocket.
They went to the same school?
Yes.
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 And they did a short film, and then they did a long film, a feature film.
Feature
Yeah.
out of the short film.
Am I supposed to look up there?
I mean,
You
that's
look
that's
whatever
your
you
cam.
fucking want, okay?
I mean, that's your cam and that's our cam.
Vikings!
Yeah.
Look at- That's your cam and that's our cam.
But it's not even pointed at him.
No.
No, that's
That-
our cam. Like yours and mine.
That's a two-shot.
Because
Twofer.
there's no cam on me,
Twofer.
so that's my
Yeah,
cam.
that's his cam.
But it's also on you, and that
But
cam
it's also
doesn't
on you.
Okay.
see me.
So you have
A bit,
4 cameras pointing at you.
2 cameras.
No, 4.
4.
One is over there. One is over there.
Oh, you're 6 cameras.
8.
6 cameras. 6 cameras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's say it was 6. Yes.
Yes. 6.
Like to have in house. We don't have it in house, but I just
Who's
Doogie Howser.
I just wanted to steer it back to the movie.
Oh, we're talking about this film?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the film. We're talking about the dolly zoom.
Yeah, they use
In
the
the-
dollies. Very interesting stuff.
Very interesting stuff when they're gonna pull the watermelon out of the
Portable watermelon.
well, yeah. And no one got trapped in the well.
Oh
well.
Oh well. Yeah, that was.
It was fuck up, dude. Fuck up.
Oh well. It was weird seeing a dolly zoom in that part. It was like, oh, he actually. But that's another thing, you know. He confuses you the fuck out, like, by using like these weird ass angles and like making you think that this movie is bad, and then he uses like actually good angles with like great lighting and stuff, and you're like, okay, so this movie is good, and then he puts like a filter, like a purple filter, and it makes everything weird, and you're like, is this a bad movie? And then he shows you this dolly zoom, you're like, it's a good movie.
And then it sets up 2 camera angles for the same girl, and then shoots a close up of another girl like blinking with.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like.
That was, dude, that was creative as fuck.
Yeah.
I want to do that. That was nice.
We can do it right now.
No, that's not how it works.
What? Look up here.
No, you're the only one.
I mean, I get both of them. So if you
Why am I looking there?
if you look up there, then and I can do this, and then you can edit.
No, there's only one cam on Karim.
Yeah, but there's 2 cameras on me.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it.
So this
He
is
looks at me.
this is my
Ah.
close up.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
looking at him, but it's over there.
You're editing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
tough
already.
luck.
Yeah. Can you do it?
Uh,
Do you want me to try?
What?
Yeah.
No, I can do it. I guess.
Do you want me to try it? And you can do it later.
Sure.
Try it, yeah, go for it. So this is what it looked like in the movie.
This is the part where I don't make the edit. And I have some footage of Karim just looking like a dumbass.
Fucking dumb. You're just having this
Yeah.
footage and it says dumbass all caps.
Karim _ dumbass MP4.
But I'm gonna totally watch this movie again.
Yeah.
Oh, on Friday.
Oh, dude.
When we
Don't
have
say
the bake off.
When we have the bake off. Yeah.
We're gonna bake and have a
Like
jolly
the-
good old time.
The Great British Bake Off. We gotta do that.
You mean the Great Britten Bake Off?
Yeah, the
wait,
Great British-
guys. I thought we were gonna take edibles. What the hell?
What?
What?
Is that like a code word for something else? Or
You mean we're
What?
gonna eat
We're gonna drink
wienerbröd?
alcohol and then bake. I thought that was what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
we're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Great Britsen Bake Off.
Britsen?
Uh,
We're not.
I mean, it starts with a B, dude.
the Great Kasern
You see,
Bake Off.
it doesn't start with a B. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
But
Not as well as House from 1977.
yeah, so House. It's a great film. This weird ass.
So the
movie.
TV series is really good. Like with
No,
the,
the
House
best
and
thing
D.
was that they built a glass floor
Just for the
just for an
upskirt.
upskirt shot. I mean, that's dedication.
Dude, he
I thought
knows
it was
how
some.
to sell.
I thought it was some meaning to it, like being the house watches you from every angle. Now I was to see the upskirt.
Yeah.
Okay, should we explain that we watched the documentary essay or
Or the
whatever it
video
was?
essay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the same disc,
The
and we got.
Eureka,
Yeah, Eureka number 184.
Yeah.
House.
And we got a lot of question.
Masters of Cinema.
We got a lot of like questions like answered, and a lot of them was just like, so he wanted to fulfill all the 4 things you went to a cinema to look at, like horror, excitement, something, and then to get a hard on or something.
excitement.
Yeah, he mentioned it, and if you get all 4, that's like the best.
You wanna
best
laugh,
Exactly, that's the
yeah.
best pizza
you
part.
wanna
Yeah,
laugh, you wanna cry, you wanna be scared, and you wanna get a hard on.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
why
he
you
said.
see tits and
When you
upskirts
when
and
you
stuff.
said excitement, I was like, yeah,
It's the same thing
That's
as
the
a
thing.
hard on.
Yeah,
I thought like excitement as like spending,
you know.
You know?
But also,
but also
Victor, the butcher of words.
the choker of words, if I may. Jesus. This.
this guy,
this
Love, the choker of something completely different. But
That's why they call him Love.
Where was
so House 1977.
No, let's go to the producers 1968 and where was Rolf born?
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah, where was
Dusseldorf.
and can you complete the sentence?
He was
Yeah, the butcher of sentences.
okay.
This guy, am I right?
So 1977 was a good year for movies because it was made.
Are you okay?
It was
Nah.
made during Star Wars. Let's
Was
not
it?
forget that.
Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4.
Yeah.
And who has the better special effects?
Hausu.
Hausu.
Yeah.
Best use of blue
Blue screen.
ever.
They had laser sounds in some scene.
What?
Wasn't it like one scene they had like pew pew sound?
Maybe.
Which scene? I don't know.
I thought-
Dude, they used a lot of fucking sounds. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But
The sound designer.
But I like though how proud he is. Like, right now, when like there is like, okay, so there is like, if you're into movie making or like the art of media and whatever, there is like 3 industries. In
Oh, there are more.
well, there's 3. Let's call them
Three major ones, but
Yeah.
then more. Yeah.
movies, making movies, and then making TV series and TV shows,
And commercials.
and then you have commercials as the third.
And then you have adult movies. Hey, that's a big industry, dude.
Why would you do that, man?
What?
We're actually beginning to have a decent
Normal
conversation here. We're actually going into something that I find interesting.
I'm just doing my job.
and might have something to say and not have silence. And you're why? Oh,
I didn't bring
Don't
silence.
Dude.
forget about porn.
Hey, whoa. We're trying to get ads, dude.
Hardcore granny stuff.
No, whoa. We're trying to get
How
ads.
soon? 1977.
Yeah, how's 1977? Yeah. He'd made
There's like 4
commercials.
boobs, bro.
4 boobs? There's
8
at least
boobs.
8.
8 boobs.
Yeah.
At least 8.
Are there?
8.5.
Oh yeah, the mom at the end. Yeah.
Yes.
The mom at the end.
Well, when fantasy dies, there's
Wait, no,
boobs.
there's 7.
No, yeah, the 7 because she only showed
7
one.
boob.
Yeah, 7 boobs.
Yeah, she showed 1 boob.
No, 7 boob. I like how we're discussing.
This
how
movie
many-
gets 7.5 boob.
out of 8.
Out of 8 boobs.
Okay, so you had something
No, I was
good
go-
to say.
Yeah, I had actually a decent conversation to get into.
Yeah.
So there's these 3 different industries, and then porn. Aside of porn, you have making movies like films, short films and feature films. You have series and TV shows, mostly TV shows, and then you have ads, right? Commercials
For the breaks.
for the breaks in the TV shows
And movies.
and movies
In the beginning.
in the beginning. Why? Why did you put that in there?
And I brought the silence, okay?
Not the part of the conversation, bro. Didn't you get a script beforehand?
What script?
You read the contract, right?
Like, what script?
I just wanted to fill out where we can see ads. You see ads in cinema and on TV and on your computer.
That's not the
And the pornos. I want to bring full circle.
So there's 5 categories. Except of the 3, there is porn and then porn ads.
Dick ads.
Don't forget porn series.
What?
I don't know.
Porn show.
Porn shows.
Porn shows.
Isn't like Paradise Hotel like a porn show?
No, that's a TV.
That's a
real-
reality show.
Yeah, it's like
That's
all the
TV.
soft porn.
No.
We're discussing.
How is 977? Go on.
Paradise Hotel, a modern house.
Okay, so I feel like if you're into making movies, it's looked down upon
To make ads.
to make commercials and porn.
Yes.
You know, but he's like, he made like 4,000,
2000.
2,000 ads, and he's embracing, you know, the commercials thingy in his like movies.
Yes.
I felt like that is interesting that he's like one of the few that actually embraces it and is looked on as one of, like, it's a cult movie, you know? It's seen upon as like a great film, like a masterpiece.
A masterpiece, I guess, but at least something, a big famous art piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Inspirational.
a lot of directors that have come from music videos and commercials, like Roy Andersson in Sweden.
Mm.
But also,
His Three Counts, like commercials, are great.
I would not make ads. If I need the money, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great industry for money. So
Yeah, it's like the best for money wise, but like you can get stuck there. I think
yeah, and
that-
also it's a bit rough to actually do a great commercial because you need to juggle. So I've done 2 commercials in my prior studies.
Ooh,
Mr. Big Shot.
yeah.
And one of them got a whole like 500 views, dude, on Facebook. So there's actual companies, and
Wow.
so we were.
Go on.
So what we were taught was that So when you're making a commercial, right? You have a client, and he says like, "Oh, I'm giving you this amount of budget so you can make a movie or like a commercial, right?" And if you give him too much creative freedom, being like, "Oh, should he have a green shirt or blue shirt, or do you want him to have 3 heads or 2 heads or whatever?" He will, the businessman who has no experience in
Commercials.
like creative work, will think, "Oh, I have some creative freedom. I can do whatever I want." And then there's too late to actually make decisions. Then he will make all the decisions, or he will just be like canceling the commercial at all, entirely. But you need to be setting down your foot, saying like, he needs to have 3 heads because that makes more sense than 2, you know. So it's a lot of juggling here and there. So it's a bit different than making a movie. Imagine if your director is completely creatively stupid, doesn't know anything that he does, and just wants to create a movie. Yeah, that's how how it is to work with a client.
Well, I guess that's the same relation as the producer and
I guess.
the director.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the producer it depends on the director and how much like he/she knows how much they or what they want to do.
But the producer does have some insight on how the industry works. A client doesn't know anything. They just say like, "I want a cool animation or a cool commercial."
Well, not
Please
all
give-
clients. It sounds like
No,
bad
but the
clients,
majority.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
producers most of them have gone to like what's it called? Dramaturgy. Dramaturgy. They are done drama studies, so they know like arts and stuff. And
But they know how to sell.
yeah, they
I
know how to
think
sell
they-
stuff.
yeah.
And in the US market, they have Final Cut on all the movies.
They do.
Yeah,
Whoa.
unless you give the director a Final Cut, which is like
Who did that? I heard like about someone doing that in a really risky movie that made a lot of money. I think
Which
like the Blair Witch Project. Have you seen it?
Oh, with the camcorder.
Yeah, I think they did something like that because they would. Well, the movie did great, and when they wanted to sell it, you know, for the theaters and stuff, they had 2 options to get like 10 million or something, just cash, or get a cut for the sellings, and they took the cut, and it sold like, I don't know, 150 million or something like that. So they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
What would you do? Like, would you take a cut,
I would take a cut.
or would you take like the money?
I mean, like
Yeah.
taking the money is like more safe, but it's also
yeah.
like getting a check instead of being like, here you get royalties.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take royalties any day of the week because you can always get royalties afterwards. Imagine if
But
you,
it's risky.
but imagine if you
'cause-
make a remaster of the movie or something,
Well,
or like 10 years later, we want to make the movie again, or like, we want some merch or something, just
Think of the
Getting a
if
cut
the
is
movie
more-
like sells a lot in Blu-ray, but not in theaters.
I mean, it all depends on what the budget of the movie is. If I make a movie for $100,000, and they ask, "Oh, you want cash or a cut?" I'm always gonna go for the cut because you can almost only make more money.
Yeah, I guess if it's that low.
Yeah, but if you make a $250 million movie, you should never take a cut because you're never gonna get any money back.
Is
from
there and like is
what
there
from a high?
dude
budget?
250?
You're never gonna get money from that.
You know how much
I mean,
Cats had?
That's just the production cost, and then there's also like 200 million more on like
Marketing.
commercials.
Oh yeah, true.
You know how much Cats had?
Isn't it 200 million?
200.
No, I think
Or
it was like
150.
150. Yeah, 150 million.
I mean, we've been like
did you know how much it made? Like not even
40.
20% of that. I think like
I think 40 like domestic and international.
yeah.
Damn.
Dude, it lost a lot. And you know what they're gonna do?
Go bankrupt.
No, they're gonna
Re-release
remake
it.
it. Yeah.
No.
They're gonna
What?
do the same thing as they did with, or they didn't do it with what's it called? Like the super fast guy.
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
You know, the super fast guy.
I mean, they did release a new version
Yeah.
of it.
But they
Right
didn't
after.
release the full movie. They just released the trailer, and people were like, "He's ugly."
Yeah.
But they released the film. What?
They did?
Yeah, they released the full movie, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a patch for the movie coming."
No. What?
No,
that
they
fixed
made-
No, the
Wasn't it
movie
just a
came
trailer?
out now in February.
Yeah.
The
It
movie
wasn't
hadn't
just a
come up. They
trailer?
postponed the
Oh,
movie.
Sonic. Yeah, you mean Sonic one? Yeah.
Yeah, the
I thought you
Cats
were still
one.
talking about Cats.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about cats.
You're talking about Cats.
No, I was talking about Sonic.
Oh yeah.
But we were talking about cats.
But the Sonic movie, it was,
Oh, dude, we
The-
should make an episode about cats, by the way.
dude, I want to
Just
make an
talk about-
episode about
yeah,
Sonic.
we should watch the
Easy.
Broadway musical, and then we should watch the thing that came out.
Why do you wanna?
Oh.
Why do you want us like what?
The double feature. They're both shitty movies.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They used to film the Broadway thing, and they filmed it awfully.
You know,
Really shitty.
It's like grandma on like the 5th row.
No,
Just sitting
it's like
there.
really high production, but like
it was
the
shitty.
acting is awful, and they shot it like
The
it's
makeup
like
is awful.
close-ups on what should be like a Broadway production. So they're all of them are meant to be seen like from the back row, and it
Oh.
looks like real shit. They're like, oh.
Well, I heard a review about cats anyway, and the guy was like,
Oof. That's one of the reviews.
Oof.
Yeah.
The guy summed it up like real good. He was like, "Oh, so in the beginning you think this is a really bad movie, but that it's gonna like become funny because that it's really bad, and you're gonna make fun of the stuff, and it's gonna be like a comedy because it's that bad. But 2 hours later, you're sitting there and like, fuck me." You know, so it starts awful and it keeps on going awful.
I think it's just going to be good for drinking games and then just...
Drink every time you see a bad effect.
Oh,
Can I breathe?
Don't stop.
No, but so I'm gonna buy, if there is, imagine buying a collector's edition or like special edition or
A
something.
steelbook case.
Yeah, about the Sonic movie.
Oh, I
And
thought
in
you guys
that-
said cats.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, like, what the
And
fuck?
in that version, you get the old version of like the old Sonic. Wouldn't that be freaking cool?
I guess.
Dude, imagine like, oh, here you have the movie that we are proud of, and here you have the movie that we got bullied online by everyone about.
You know, when we have that episode about Sonic, I'm gonna be like quiet and he's gonna do all the talking.
Dude.
It's gonna be that one episode where I don't say shit and he's just
Or we
saying
just take
everything.
Into the Spider-Verse, and I will just like mute your mic, and yeah, I will just spew out
But
stuff.
also
Dude, like they combined like 2D rigs with 3D rigs, you know.
yeah, he's gonna be like that.
All the separate
I'm
lines
just-
on the
I'm
foreheads of the
waiting for
characters are on the actual 3D rig, dude. In the actual 3D rig, and they look like they are made after they actually made the animation, which
What is a
freaking
3D
insane.
rig?
I don't know.
These fucking amateurs.
So House.
So House 1977.
1977.
Yeah.
There is not so much you can say about House.
Watch it.
Watch it. Yeah, watch
For
it.
all the viewers
It is
out there,
too-
the two of you.
Hi, Dad.
Don't forget the other 3. What?
Oh yeah,
We're not here.
all the 5 of you out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
Watch it.
yeah. I think this is gonna be one of those movies that, you know, when you're hanging out with someone and like, oh, we should watch a movie. You want to watch a weird movie, bro?
Yeah.
This is gonna be really weird. Okay, are you ready for this? No, you're not ready for this. Let's watch this. You know.
But it's too hard to explain to someone who doesn't even know about the movie at all, because it's just an experience. I think a weird ass but appreciated experience, and I got like inspired by it. I want to make some crazy wacky shit,
Mm.
and I want to go nuts with the editing, because we're getting judged now with our editing right now with
No, your editing is great.
no, I mean like
We're getting
In-
judged by the teachers.
yes,
Oh,
by our
yeah.
teachers, you know, but I want to make a movie that's just freaking weird in the editing, like this one.
Experimental.
And
Yeah.
see how the teachers react.
Let's do that.
I don't, I don't understand. Is this supposed to be funny?
It's an artistic choice, bro. It's all artistic. It was in the moment. I chose to do those stuff.
Great movie. I didn't like it.
No, but okay. So, I was thinking, did I like the movie or Hausu 1977? Like everyone's like, oh, it's 1976.
Oh,
We're never
that's
gonna
episode,
forget
yeah.
that. But I was thinking, like, did I actually like the movie, or didn't I like the movie? And just the fact that, because like, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot say that it wasn't. You know, you're sitting there and time just flew by, and you're actually hooked on what the weird fuck is gonna happen next, you know? So, I don't know, I felt like it was, at the end, it was actually entertaining. It wasn't like it was a weird film, but it wasn't
Exactly.
bad.
I think it was, for me personally, it took some time to get into. And about the time when Mac died, when it got, like, from being weird to being weird, goofy, and then trying to be some scary in some places, that's when I really got into the movie. You know, when her head floats up, and not just like floats up, but she's actually smiling and then bites her butt, you know? Like, you know, this is a scary movie in a just mind-fucking way, you know? That's when I started to appreciate the movie a lot more. But the beginning was a bit hard to get into. But I like the character introductions when they walk on the bridge.
Yeah, that anime intro.
Like having their heads up in the skyline, being like,
Fantasy.
angel.
Kung fu.
And then Mac just like chewing food.
I was like, why does she have 2 cheeseburgers in her hands?
Yeah, she's always eating in the beginning. Every time you see her, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has
Was
like a
fun.
big bag with like peanuts.
Okay.
Schoolyard.
Do you have a favorite scene of the movie? I have one.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I want to rewatch it right now.
I have one.
I want.
Go ahead.
Mine is the courtyard fight.
Oh yeah.
So in the middle of the last, I guess the last scene where the last girls die, Kung Fu is like, you know, just punching all these furnitures flying around. But she somehow flies through the wall out to the courtyard, and then she has a 1v1 battle with the ghost, and they're jumping around, you know, like real like anime combat, you know, kung fu shit, and they're like hua, 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 hua. And then she gets punched back into their room, and then she gets killed off, and then, you know, the rest of the movie plays out. But it's just from this trying to be scary moment and just trying to be weird to all of this like combat thing, I was like, oh, so perfect, you know.
That was.
I
weird.
really enjoyed that scene. I was like, yeah.
I loved when they went to the watermelon stand and they took away like the watermelon, and the guy, the seller, was behind it. Oh. But okay, so you appreciated the movie, right? And it was entertaining.
Which scene was
you
your?
have one.
You
I'm so sorry.
You skipped me.
House 1970.
Yeah, watch it. No, my favorite scene was in the beginning when she's coming home from school and she's meeting her dad on the balcony.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's just standing there playing mini golf. On the balcony.
picking her up a bit
Yeah.
weirdly.
Pick it up a bit weirdly, and then her new stepmom comes in and she's walking in slow motion, and a seagull's like great introduction.
And that is his favorite quote as well.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Now I was actually gonna come to what your favorite quote was.
My favorite quote.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some memorable quotes here and there, but the one I remember the most is the, do you want some watermelons? No. What's your favorite fruit? Ah, banana. And I probably butchered it, but in the spirit of that, you know, it was just the reaction to the reaction to it was, you know.
Well, isn't that the reaction for the whole film?
Yeah.
But just that dialogue was just, do you want watermelon? No. Do you want banana? What do you want? Banana. Banana. Yeah.
And the fat dude turns into a pile of skeletons.
Yeah, I missed that. I was just looking at the bananas. When you said that, I was like, I completely just didn't live.
Love?
Oh, how absurd.
Yeah.
That's my quote.
Put it in
Right,
context.
No,
Right
how
when-
obscene.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen, yeah. Yeah, I butchered it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Dude, I think you should start practicing.
I'm the butcher of words.
No. Well, it's when Melody, who likes music, of course, gets eaten by a piano, of course, as you do.
Normally. And
Yeah,
you get an
and-
upskirt shot there.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
No-
it's an upskirt. No,
Oh.
it's a bit of an upskirt shot. Yeah.
It's like a tease.
Yeah, but she goes. She goes into the piano. Yeah.
The whole movie's a fucking tease.
And then her head floats away from the piano and lands and like floats in front of it and looks down at the piano and says, "Oh, how obscene."
That's where she lost her fingers, right?
Yeah, she lost.
She was looking at her fingers, being like, "Oh, how obscene."
No.
No.
Her floating head when her body was in the piano.
Oh yeah, when she
And-
was looking at her own
Yeah,
butt.
there's also an alternative. There's also
Yeah.
an alternative line, which is, "Oh, how naughty," which is pretty weird.
That's pretty weird.
And both works.
Well, isn't the same thing? Yeah, they were like, no, in this weird movie that we have made, naughty is the weirdest. We need to change that to obscene instead.
Yes.
For me, my favorite quote of the film is one of the deepest meanings.
Oh,
Okay.
In the ending, they say, "Love is eternal." They do say that, don't they?
Yeah, some.
They say something weird, and you're like, "Huh?" And the huh? Love is eternal. But you were talking about dying, people dying in the house, and like the
Yeah, but love is eternal.
Wait, yeah, but, okay. You know?
And that's why everyone is still alive when the movie ends.
Oh
Just
yeah,
trapped inside
because
the
they
house.
because they love. And
I mean, they are dead, but their spirits lives on in the house.
Yeah, the
But-
spirit live on in the girl.
Yeah, in
what
the
does
in
that
the
have
aunt
to do with
world.
with love?
Because the aunt was in love, and
And she was alive.
And
That,
she
that's the
was
reason she became a
And
ghost.
she ate girls,
she ate girls to stay young because she's a vampire, of course.
and love is.
So she
eternal.
needs to stay young, so when the husband comes, he is dead. But when he comes, she
Ah.
will be prepared.
Oh, that's deep.
Yes,
That's deep.
that's deep. That's,
That's
deep.
deep. That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's it. Yeah. Bruh, that's so deep. I can't even see anymore, dude. Damn, dude.
Oh, that's deep, bro.
Shit, dude.
Shit, dude.
I also like the bird on the wire, just when they come to the house.
Yeah, they were completely
owl.
quiet. They were just standing still.
Yeah.
You were expecting the cut, and then just cra, cra.
That was fun.
Your favorite quote, or did you?
Yeah.
He said it.
Oh, you said it.
Love is eternal.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I love you, man.
Uh-huh.
Love you, dude.
Hey man.
Love you.
No.
But if you would put a grade on the movie, what would you put a grade? Should
I
we
would-
wait
I
with
would
Lube
put, until
until last?
Put a lut instead of a grade.
I'm gonna do last, I think. Because
Yeah.
My
Are you sure?
my
People are
opinion
waiting for
is
it.
the most valuable
Yeah.
at this table.
Okay.
As the chooser of film this week.
As the chooser of film.
Chooser of film.
We just cut the movie, the podcast short because he's the last, so we're just gonna end it after us, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
I can cut. Yeah.
What? No.
Go ahead.
So I don't want to give it a point. Actually, I'm gonna give it a point, but I don't. I
You
don't
wanna-
think I can give it a fair point
Yeah.
because I really, 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 really enjoyed the movie. I want to rewatch it. I just want to not trying to break it down, just like to take everything in, all the crazy shit that goes on, because I really want to create stuff like that. But as a movie, I don't really know. But since I enjoyed it so much, I think I want to give it like.
Två.
No, you know what? I want to give it a 4.
4.
5.
Okay, good.
Because I did
Four
really
out
enjoy it.
Of 40.
And I think I'm gonna appreciate the beginning, the early on in the movie a bit more. Because that threw me off. The editing was just a bit stiff and just like, I can't really get into this. But now that I know what's going on, I can appreciate it even more next time. But I think my first viewing was just, we were laughing, dude. We were just sitting in the cinema just laughing. So I'm gonna give it a 4 because
That's
I really, really
That's fair.
appreciate and enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's fair. 'Cause I feel almost the same. You know, this feels like I need to digest it. Like that's the whole thing of this podcast. We didn't have to like anything to say just because we're so fucking confused and we don't know what we think about this film. You know, I really want to see it again. Like totally, and just the fact that I want to see it again, makes me feel like it's supposed to be pretty high up. The movie is really experimental, and you almost think that it is in a weird way, but in a weirder way, it all makes sense.
Yes.
And if you really think about it almost as a nightmare, you know, I think if they shortened down the setup before going to the house, it would feel more as a dream, you know, just because it's not this really long like setup for where you go to. But I thought it was good.
Yeah.
When you actually get into it and you understand what the director wanted to do and why it's so fucking weird.
And your points? Like your giving points?
I think like 4.2 or something.
Ooh.
Out of 5. Because it's I understand why it's a cult hit, you know. It's
So
I need to buy it.
Are you judging the movie because it's a cult hit, or are you judging the movie because of your experience?
My experience, because I didn't know anything about it.
Yes, same for me. I did not. I knew it was some sort of cult classic because
I didn't even know it was like a horror.
You said that Bill Hader loves this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some expectations for the movie. That was all, you know.
I knew that it was weird, I guess, but we didn't know how or why it was.
Yeah.
Okay, love.
Yeah. I love this movie. I think this is the movie that all Marvel movies should strive to be, which is entertaining as heck and actually like everything that it tries, it succeeds at. I mean, they hammer it down like everything, but it works. And it's never not entertaining. It's always fun. Not.
It keeps you hooked.
Yeah, it keeps you hooked. Yeah. I like Marvel.
Damn. Martin Scorsese is like, yes.
But I mean, it's at the same level. It's a movie made for entertainment as Marvel. It's not like Schindler's List. You can't compare these two films. So I'm gonna compare it to all Marvel films I watch, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
Ooh.
Damn.
Because it's just entertaining. It's wholesome fun. It's not maybe unwholesome, but it's fun.
So you grade Marvel movies 5 out of 5?
No, I don't.
Did you really enjoy Iron Man 2 that much?
You didn't listen to me. I'm gonna grade it as a Marvel movie.
Ah, okay.
Compared to, yeah.
Yeah, compared to all Marvel movies, like 3 out of 5, except maybe Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's pretty good.
They're fun.
Pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah.
Thor Ragnarok was pretty solid.
I haven't seen it.
Except for when they go back to Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they go back to the villain. Yeah, and the villain in this movie was great. We haven't even talked about the witch and her cat.
But they were still mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even when we discussed earlier, I thought of the cat as being a real world something about the aunt living there, and you didn't even think about that. Like how we all think about the villain in different ways. There's no
concrete.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no like just here is the villain. It's just
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the house.
And she's everywhere in the house. Yeah. In the house.
Wait, that's why it's called the house.
And that's why the house turns into the woman in a very weird
Woman.
Woman in a very weird sequence.
Oh yeah, that's right. When it's like
Woman, yeah.
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 There's a lot of women in this movie.
There's a lot of wham. It's almost
Yeah.
only wham.
It's almost only one.
That's pretty neat.
Hey, that's pretty neat, but I like to keep my distance. Do you know that reference?
No idea. I feel like an outcast.
You're a zoomer.
Zoomer?
You're a boomer.
Zboomer.
It's a reverse boomer.
No man, I'm Gen Z
Zboomer.
man. I'm Gen Z.
Oh yeah, this is a boomer.
Zboomer. It's the
thingy.
Yeah, it's a thingy about
It's
him.
the producer from 1968 Broadway number.
I'm getting bullied. I'm getting bullied because of my last name.
Didn't he just cut it?
Yeah, I just got it.
Ha!
No.
Jag ville bara avsluta det mitt i.
Så du får inte göra...
Well, this was episode 21, everyone. Thank you for listening to this Film Talk.